Hey everybody, I'm Maggie.
I'm Julio.
And today we're going to answer the 5 most commonly asked questions for full-time RVers.
So there's 6 members to our family. Us 2, of course. And we have 4 boys. Eden 8, Elliot 6, Leo 4, and Alonso, who is a year and a half.
And today we just added our first pets to the mix. We compromised and got the boys 3 hermit crabs. So we do have 3 new hermit crabs, Rocky, Hermie, and Teddy.
And Teddy. Woo! It's growing. It's growing. So we are from Brownsville, Texas, and we have been on the road for a year and a half.
1 year.
Oh, for a year.
For 1 year.
Hi, we're the Millers. I'm Amber.
And I'm Royce.
We have 4 littles, 2 girls, 2 boys, and a wild doggy named Rooster. We launched from Austin, Texas. We've been living in our RV for about a month now. Right now we're stationary, but we plan to launch our traveling adventures possibly January, but we're kind of hoping to start at Christmas because it would just be awesome. I don't know, we just think it would be awesome to start at Christmas time. But yeah, that's us.
Hi, we're a crazy adventurous family. My name is Padanda.
I'm Esteban.
And we're a family of 4 living in a 35-foot travel trailer. And we also have a dog and a cat.
Yeah.
Our kids are 10 and 17 months. We launched in April of 2019, so April of this year, from Jacksonville, Florida. And we sold everything and we got on the road within 6 months.
Hi, we're the Stevens family.
I'm Will. I'm Bella.
I'm Natasha.
And I'm Bill.
And we're nursing our travel bug.
We launched from Omaha, Nebraska.
And we've been on the road for a little over 2 years.
Hi, my name is Irina, and this is our rig. And our family has 4 people, me, my husband, and our 2 kids. I'll ask them to show off. Guys, could you please show yourselves? Christopher and Maya. We are from Lithuania. We arrived here 3 years ago, and we've been full-time ever since.
We are Breathe In, Venture Out. We are a queer family of 4. We took off from Northampton, Massachusetts a little over a year ago. I'm Briggs, my wife Felissa, and then our 2 kids are 3-year-old Wesley and 1-year-old Robin, the Ginger Goobers.
Hey everybody, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Carolyn.
And we're Diary of a Family.
And we're living life intentionally.
Hey, I'm Brian with Life Reimagined. We're looking forward to answering these questions for the co-op project for the Fulltime Filmers Branch, so let's get started on it. How do you make money on the road? It's pretty easy for us. My wife's a travel nurse. She's a neonatal intensive care nurse, so she takes contracts, we travel. I sell t-shirts on the road. We make our own t-shirts, sell them, and that's how we make a living on the road.
We make money lots of different ways. I get disability from the military. I was in the military for 11 and a half years, and so I get disability from that. And
I do odd jobs, get guarding. I'm going to be working for Amazon soon.
Yeah, Amazon Camper Force is really, really awesome. And,
we don't know that yet.
Well, it's a good opportunity for RVers.
I'm a site reliability engineer. I'm a software developer, and I'm going to continue to do that remotely.
Okay, so I am the primary worker here. I'm a travel nurse, and that entitles where we go everywhere for 13 weeks at a time, and I'll take different contracts across the U.S. And then we've been taking off about a month in between contracts, and that's when we do more of our traveling than during the contract season.
How do we make money on the road? Well, I work as a travel nurse.
My husband is works with real estate. He buys houses, fixes them and sells them, or he rents them. And we have a bunch of real estate back there in Lithuania, which brings some money as rent. And also he started doing that in the States as well. Our second business is an MLM company called Neolife, which is an American company. We've been there for 10 years, and it still brings us about $1,000 per month. And this YouTube channel is my new business, which is we post travel adventures, we post science experiments for kids, challenges, and other crazy slime stuff. And I also do our campground reviews.
When we started off, this is like the biggest question. When we started off, I had a remote tech job where everyone in the company worked remote, apart from a particular team that worked in headquarters. So that was something that we already had. I'd already been working remote for a number of years. We did have a job change in the middle of our year on the road, and I began working for a family company, or my family's company, being able to work remote as well.
We are a travel nurse family.
I'm the nurse.
And I'm the stay-at-home parent. We have a few other forms of income. I drive for Uber Eats, and I also have my own small business.
Okay, homeschooling. So our children are first grade and 3rd/4th grade. She's a little bit of a hybrid child. And curriculum-wise, we choose what works best for our children. So I have this curriculum of math that I really enjoy, and we bought ebooks so we can reprint them. Yeah. We found a science program for homeschoolers that's absolutely fantastic, and it's all on video, and they watch these short videos and have projects that they can do. And we purchased the little workbook that they do along with that video, and both the kids can do that same program. So it's a bit sort of like a cross between regular homeschooling and road schooling and unschooling.
And Texas has very easy homeschooling laws.
I have no idea what the requirements are for our state. Our kids are little.
Yeah, like we said, our kids are 3 and 1, so we're not quite at school age yet. We will kind of reevaluate things when we get to that point and see how we're doing on the road. But until then, we try to learn as much as we can when we're out and about having adventures. We have learning activities at home, learning letters and colors, and we paint and do things like that. So we try to make every day a learning day of some sort.
My grandmother used to say that the day we stop learning is the day we die. And even then, I'm sure you're learning something.
We basically unschool. We don't use any curriculum to our kids. We attend lots of museums and answer many questions that they ask. We also follow their interests. Right now, the small girl who is 6 likes doing workbooks and stuff, writing, spelling, counting. So we do that. And the big boy who just turned 12 today, actually, he likes Khan Academy, and he learns programming, and he's watching and doing science, maths, biology, physics, and cosmology.
We use a program called Time for Learning. It's mostly online. We also incorporate some reading and writing projects. We incorporate when we go to state parks, make them write papers, if we go to museums. So we do some hands-on. We also do we do a lot of talking with the kids just on real life scenarios, on finances, mortgages, just stuff they need to know that I don't feel is taught in public school. Virginia, we're required to have so many hours. They have to take a California achievement test at the end of the year to prove that they're above the 23rd percentile, so they take that and we have to send that in every year.
Well, for the first 2 years we were on the road, we chose an all textbook program called My Father's World. And it's worked really well for us, but since we've finally tackled the issue with internet, we decided to try something new this year.
So far we're trying out Easy Peasy. It's all online, and so far the kids love it.
We domicile in the state of Texas, and they're pretty lenient as far as requirements. We don't have any standardized testing that the children have to do. We don't have to turn in any hours logged or the materials that we reviewed for the time that we did school. All we have to do is teach our kids 4 things: math, reading, language arts, and citizenship. Pretty easy.
Okay, so Texas is our home base, and it is actually one of the most homeschool friendly states that there is. So it requires for us to teach spelling, grammar, English, math, and good citizenship. So we do that using a curriculum from The Good and the Beautiful by Jenny Phillips, and then we also use a variety of other resources such as OutSchool, Education.com, and we also participate with Rise Kids from Fulltime Families. But the main thing that our goal is here with homeschooling is making sure that what we're doing is tailored towards what the kids are interested in.
Awesome.
We only have one child that's school age, and we've chosen to do the My Father's World curriculum. We live in Texas, so it's a pretty much freedom to homeschool the way you want to. There is no reporting. Just as long as you're doing a legit schooling program, you're all good.
We homeschool, kind of a bit of unschooling mixed with a little rolled schooling, mixed with a little bit of curriculum. We use the 180-day notebooks, and whenever we feel like it, we just pull out those notebooks and do those. And basically life is a learning experience.
It's easier when we're actually stopped because our kid does not like to do work at all, especially in the car.
Yes, he hates doing his workbooks in the car, but he has found a love of museums since we started this full-time journey. We sold everything when we launched.
Yeah,
within
house,
6 months.
Sold most of our clothes, our stuff.
Yeah, and our house was lovely. It was renovated, and it was in the suburbs, and it was a really nice house.
It was your passion project.
It was about 2,000 square feet and 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. I had my own walk-in closet, and we decided to do this last December, and we sold everything by April. Oh, we also have a storage unit.
Yeah, we have a storage unit for a couple things we could not get rid of.
Yeah,
like our bed.
Oh, and we have a picture of a cow that we love. And it's a big picture of a cow.
We wanted the cow.
That's the main reason we got the storage unit, is the picture of a cow.
Well, no, you wanted the bed in there.
We sold our home. We sold 70 to 80% of all of our possessions, and we do have a storage unit with some of our stuff in it, but right now we feel like we're pretty much at capacity for what we want inside the RV. So over the next couple months we're going to be going through that stuff, getting rid of more stuff, and organizing some keepsake stuff to stay at his parent, to be stored at his parents' house. And we don't want to have the storage unit after about 4 or 5 months. We just want to have what we have here, and special stuff kept at his parents' house.
We used a little bit of all three.
We did. So we rented out our house, and that's been going great. We sold and gave away pretty much everything that we owned. We do have a very tiny climate-controlled storage unit that holds like sentimental things, wedding pictures, family heirlooms, just stuff like that we were not ready to sell or give away right yet.
Right before we launched, we lived in an apartment. So yeah, we sold 90% of what we owned through Facebook Marketplace. We had a garage sale, we used the Let Go app, and we sold most of that stuff. There are 2 boxes that we do have in storage at my brother's place with a wedding dress, there's some photo albums, baseball cards.
So when we launched in November of 2018, we did not sell our house. We have a detached garage. We decided to keep the detached garage for storage, and we rent our house on Airbnb. That's another source of income for us. It's worked pretty well. We're up in wine country in Virginia, so it's rented really well. So kept our house, rented on Airbnb, using it for income, and we kept our garage for storage, but we did downsize and get rid of a lot of stuff.
Well, yes and no. We did not sell our house. As I mentioned before, we rent everything we have. And we never had a house in the States. We did not put anything in storage since we had to put it to the other continent, so we just got rid of everything we could.
We Marie Kondo'd everything, basically. We were renting our space, and everything that we owned really was kind of like hand-me-downs. So there wasn't anything where we were like, oh my gosh, we need to save this family, blah, blah, blah. So we sold most of our things or donated it. We made oodles of trips to different donation centers. And then what we did want to keep, we kept with family for storage. So things like, you know, picture albums, some things from your childhood.
My wedding dress. Things like that.
Are you going to use that again?
No, probably not. But I don't know. I wasn't ready to get rid of it yet.
We sold our house, and I think we sold about 98% of what we owned, and the few items that did not fit in our trailer, we actually just put at her parents' house.
What RV did you choose and why? Do you wish you had chosen something different?
We have a almost 33-foot travel trailer, and it's been great. When we decided what we wanted to get, we went to a couple of RV shows that I think was really helpful.
Yes.
Really treated it the same way we would buying a house, with what were our priority things, what were our nice to haves.
Our priorities were having a door that could close to a separate room for the kids. I was pregnant at the time, so we had one, but we knew that we were going to have another one, so room for 2 kids at least. And having a bathtub for the kids as well. And we knew obviously we wouldn't have one big enough for us to use in an RV, but being able to have bath time for the kids was important.
I can fit. I look like this. It's not very relaxing, but it works great for the kids, and that's what we care about.
This is our Class C. My husband is showing it nicely. The reason why we chose it is because it's so small, and since we've moved along a lot for these 3 years, you can see only 5 states are missing so far. So we could park absolutely everywhere with it. At the museums, in national parks, in grocery stores, everywhere. And the question also is, would we choose another one if we could? Yes, we're probably upgrading it soon to the Class A, because obviously there's more space, and we're going to stay longer in one place. That's why we need a bigger place to live.
We currently live in a Grand Design Solitude 3740 bunkhouse. We actually love the camper. It's not what we started in. We started out in a Keystone bunkhouse, and then after a few months we decided we were going to continue. We upgraded to the Grand Design. We love our Grand Design. I think the only thing we might change, or maybe wish we did a little different, is maybe a toy hauler so we could tow kayaks and stuff a lot easier. But we love the room in the bunkhouse. We love the spacious room in the Grand Design. It's been a good camper for us. We've been in it 8 months now. Been very, very happy.
We chose the Jayco North Point 377 RLBH. It's a mid-bunk. We chose it for a couple of reasons. For one, I can mostly stand up towards the front cap and shower and bathroom. The kids have their own areas, which is really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wanted them to have their own space, so they didn't have to share a room, especially going from a lot of space to a little space. The third reason, and probably my most favorite reason we chose this rig, is the living area. It's a combined kitchen, dining, and living room area, but it's where we gather, it's where we hang out, and it has plenty of space for us to do just that.
So we have a Columbus by Forest River. It is a 5th wheel, and it is a 388 rear living. That's the model number. The reason that we bought our RV is because we actually knew the previous owners, and they were full-time living in it as well. So we knew it would be set up well for our family also. And we bought it used so we could get a really good price. And since then, there's been times where I wish we had a bunkhouse, but honestly, it's been where we could make our own modifications to the RV and make it fit for our family.
Originally, we were looking at like a 34-foot RV that was close to us, but then we found out that another YouTube family was selling their RV, and it had 4 bunks and a huge bunk room, and it's about between 38 and 39 feet, and we just felt like it would be a better transition for our family. And we had also looked at some new ones, but our goals in doing this is traveling, making memories with our kids, and also we want to become debt free, so we wanted to buy something outright. And we're really happy with what we chose. The kids love their room, and we bought it outright, and we definitely believe we made the right choice for our family for right now.
We first bought a Highland Ridge 5th wheel trailer, and very quickly we found out that it was too small for our family. So we ended up trading that in and buying our Grand Design, which we absolutely love.
We're Grand Designers for life.
We have a Grand Design Solitude 3740 BH.
We chose the cheapest RV.
Yeah, we wanted, or I know you wanted to really renovate an RV, and I went with it.
So we chose the biggest yet smallest, cheapest RV that we could find. We wanted a bunk room because we had to be able to shut the door on our children, and so we did that. And our 35-foot Apex 300 was only $11,500, and it works out great for us. It came with its own problems, but they're manageable.
If we had to do it again, I would suggest maybe a 5th wheel.
He wants to go bigger. I want to go smaller.
I would like a 5th wheel if we were going to do this again.
And see, I want to go smaller. And we definitely are in agreement. We do not want a Class A because we don't want to take care of 2 engines with a tow.
I kind of want a Class A.
Oh, God. What about bunks?
They got room to sleep.
Anyway. So, intimate mommy and daddy time. Ooh.
Non-existent.
Well, we're trying to have babies, so it has to kind of be existent.
Right now, our older kid's gone.
For the summer.
So all we have to do is wait for the other kid to be asleep.
We do it when he's taking a nap. And we go into either the living room if the baby's taking a nap in our bedroom, or, you know, there's lots of positions you could try out. And so we just get it done whenever we can. And even when our oldest son was here, when our baby's taking a nap and our oldest son's out playing, it's called a quickie for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a private person, so I don't want to really say much, but all I'll say is we haven't been living this lifestyle long, but I would just say to wait till late at night, and the kids are on one end of the RV, we're on this end of the RV, and we just wait till late at night, and that's all.
So
I'm gonna let you answer this one.
I guess I'll answer this one. So we have what we call a laundry.
We have laundry time.
Yeah, laundry time. So we have a washer and dryer combo. So what we do is we set the washer machine to the spin cycle. And I mean, you know, whenever you walk through the camper, it kind of rocks a little. So it's kind of like the same thing. Once the washer starts spinning, it's shaking the camper. So, you know, the kids, knows. The kids don't think anything of it. Plus, we add a little fun to it. I guess you can say we let them have
movie night
and give them popcorn, and so they just, I guess, close the door. They stay in their room, watch their movie, and eat their popcorn while laundry time is going on.
So some weeks they get 1 movie night, other weeks they get 3. It just depends.
It just depends. I mean, really, we can't control it, so
that's enough.
Do we have any tips for being intimate? How rude. How personal.
Let's get real. We're all adults here.
Our first tip, Get a tripod stabilizer for your kingpin if you're in a fifth wheel. That'll help with the shaking. Or anything that'll help with stabilizing. X-Tracks, all that stuff.
Tip number 2 is we go by the kids' schedule. When they are down and out for the count, that's usually the best time to take advantage of some adult time. Luckily, our kids are pretty sound sleepers, and we have really learned to be quiet.
Or they just don't say anything.
This is the most important thing I can stress is a lock on the bedroom door. If you don't have a lock, you are in trouble. So that's the first thing I replaced on the camper was the bedroom door lock. Also, the 6-point stabilizers help a lot. Some people I've heard get the extra triangle tripod for the front, and it can be challenging because we have heard before from the kids, why is the camper shaking, Dad?
They're busy playing the game. There's the only tip. They sleep toughest when they just fall asleep. So it's early night when they just fall asleep. That's the best time to do it.
Our kids are little, so there's not a whole lot of explaining. Basically, our social lives begin when they go to sleep, when we're not watching them. Mm-hmm. So whether we're binge watching Netflix or being a little more fun,
yeah. I think the layout of our trailer works to our advantage as well because the kids' room is in the back. And ours is in the front, so everything is kind of separated by our living room kitchen area. So it means that we're not right next door to them. They also have a sound machine, which helps whether we're being physically intimate or we're just watching Netflix.
And that was a game changer for their sleep training and being comfortable in this space. Mm-hmm. We had done that when we were in a brick and mortar with our first. It just is kind of a cue for this is our space, this is our quiet time. So really for us is like make sure that they're set up. The best nights are they go to sleep early by running them ragged during the day, just running around so they can get to bed early, and then we can finish all the episodes of Orange is the New Black, which we have not.
Our tips for being intimate? Melatonin.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
All she wrote. You know all the things now. Perfect.
Awesome. Go get an RV.
Do it.
It's awesome.
So that sums them up. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit, and we look forward to seeing you on the road.
Thank you for watching, guys. See you on the road.
We hope you found our tips useful.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to our family. Hope to see you back soon.
Well, this has been Crazy Adventures Family. Bye.
And that's all the
it.
questions. Yeah.
All right.